Welcome to Black Belt Beauty Radio, a podcast fueled by a passion to support your journey in developing your most beautiful and optimal performance in life. Each episode is driven with the intention to elevate your mind. When we elevate our mind, we elevate our life. So get ready. It's time to rise. Hey, what's up, everyone? Happy Friday. I have a surge of inspiration that just came over me to create a Solosode, so here I am. What's up? Hope you guys are all feeling great and ready for either a relaxing or exciting, maybe both, weekend ahead of you. I don't know. I just finished a long, one of my meditating long beach runs. Not that all of you know that, but some of you do who follow me on Black Belt Beauty. And so some thoughts were kind of rushing my mind on my run, as they do. And some of the thoughts were, I'm a huge advocate for going the distance, going the extra mile, giving it everything that you got, right? That's what Black Belt Beauty, it's based around this, mindset of how to turn your best into better, and to not be afraid to ask yourself to try harder, try more, even if the days that you're tired, just see what you can pull out of yourself, from those moments, because when we can pull something out of our tired selves, then it makes everything when we're not tired a lot easier, right? We can go further. But what I don't maybe talk about enough, or a lot of, I should say, is the moments when you're really tired, when it's not even your body that's tired, it's the mind, right? So then what happens then? Because that definitely happens to me from time to time. I think yesterday was definitely like a moment of that for me, where I wanted to even create a post on Black Belt Beauty. It was International Women's Day, and straight up, I'm such a, I'm a woman lover. I'm a human lover, and I love empowering women every single day, and I know that I do. But, I think because all my posts, everything that I do is so in the moment and authentic, it would probably save me a lot of time and energy to try and bank a bunch of posts and, dish them out later, so I don't have to kind of take so much time to cultivate them when I do, because they can take time sometimes, But anyways, to get to my point, I wanted to create this post and I was tapped out. I didn't even have, and I'm never going to just, fucking be like, oh, so, it's like I create from my heart. It's very potent and very, very pure, So if I can't deliver from that space in that way, then I'm done. Like I can't, So, and that's when I really know when it's time to just shut it down, So again, it's not even the body for sure, maybe that, how do I say this? The body could be exhausted too. But I feel like sometimes, in the example of being at the gym, where you've been, going a couple rounds, and you want to go one more, you as in me, I'm going to ask myself to go another round. I just posted something about this last week that got a lot of love. It's, I kind of call them the champion rounds, right? Where it's like, okay, I'm tired. I really want to just stop, but I know I got to keep going because I can't back down to the asking, right? That's when I know that my mind is still in the game, right? My body's tired, but my mind is still there. Even though it's it's a little like, it wants me to kind of walk away and start chilling out. There's something left in there, and I know that I have the ability to push it in a healthy way. But yesterday, on this International Women's Day, I think it was more of an intense work week, and there were a lot of things happening, all beautiful stuff, all important stuff, but, it just drove me to this point where I was like, I'm mentally done right now. And I was literally in bed at 8:15 last night, which felt so good. I actually woke up this morning feeling like it was Monday and I was ready to charge, but it's Friday, and so that's cool. I'll use that energy this weekend. but yeah, I think that the whole thing that I want to capture here and kind of, put out there with love and support, as always, is, those moments when we get mentally exhausted, when we're really, really fatigued in the mind, take a break. So last night, before I went to bed, I thought about it, and I'm like, I can do some stuff for the podcast. I mean, I have so many kind of things that I have an ecosystem that I'm creating. That's the best way for me to put it, of passion projects. And so I can always, and usually am, always busy when I'm not on set doing makeup work, and, when I'm not doing my physical, like sport stuff, athletic stuff. I'm always busy. But the truth is that anything that I would have tried to do at that moment would have been really like a waste of my time. Beyond a waste of time, a waste of energy. Because I wouldn't be able to really take in any kind of benefit from it. Any kind of benefit. So, like when I ask myself in the gym to go another round, because I know that even though my mind's tired, I'm right there with it. Even though my body's tired, I'm good. I got a little bit more in me, and I'm going to try. And I don't care about how phenomenal the performance is. I just need to know that I'm never going to back down from trying, right? But in the case of yesterday, when my mind was already so checked out, I mean, to the point where, again, if I can't even create a post on a day that, to me, every day is, human day, really. And I honor both men and women so much, with so much reverent love, and obviously that's what Black Puppy Day is all about, empowering all of us here. But I couldn't conjure up a few words to express that. And so it kind of bugged me for a moment. I'm not going to lie. It was kind of like, come on, I was putting pressure on myself, and then I was like, fuck that. You're tired, and that's okay. So let me let me move into this kind of the last minute or so of this Solosode to express that when we feel that mental fatigue, it really is okay to take a break. And, I'm a type AAA whatever personality. I don't like labels or boxes or any of that shit. But, every day I think it's just, I want to see what better looks like for me. And it's, I love it. It doesn't ever, I'm not tired from asking myself that, to try and be better. But sometimes the load that can come on a day-to-day basis from, really being a path creator and moving through uncharted territory in your life and creating this ideal life that, I envision for myself, it can, some weeks just bear more weight than others. And, I think it's really important to support yourself in those moments, which I feel like I did last night. I honored what I felt, and I just said, you know what, I'm out. And because at the end of the day, I know that if I don't honor myself in that way, if I don't nourish and recover myself, I'm just going to burn myself out. And I'm super, super adamant. I cannot even express this enough. Like, I refuse to become burnt out on this path of passion and love that I'm living. I lied. There's maybe a few more minutes in the solo. It's all coming to me now. No, some people ask me, actually a lot of people ask me, and it's a natural question, how's the podcast doing? And I'm like, great. I have nothing really to compare it to, but, I have been getting wonderful feedback that just kind of comes at me here and there, sprinkled in through the week. And, there's some beautiful reviews that have been put up that I am so, so grateful for. And, so aside from that, the only other thing that I can kind of base it off of is how it feels for me to be creating every single minute that I invest in this podcast right here, right now. I feel so good. So my answer is it's going great. Now, I don't know what that, what it means on iTunes. I don't know what it means for, as far as like the visibility. Is it getting out there to a larger audience? I don't know that, you guys. what I do know is this. I'm doing my best every day. With all honesty, I say that to myself. And that feels really good. And, my goal is to try and have an episode of some sort out every week. I don't think that happened last week because my attention had to go in other places of my career life, and that's fine. That's important too. What I refuse to do, I'm unwilling to do, is allow this kind of pressure of you have to do this or you have to do that. And then, try and create from that pressure, because as an artist, I don't know, maybe some other artists can do that. But for me, the foundation of what I create from is love, not pressure, love. And that's why I believe that everything that I put out there is, you can feel it, if you're really paying attention to it, I feel like it resonates, the love that I am creating, all of this from, whether it's a post on Instagram, a podcast, or, something on the website, it all has to come from this really beautiful, harmonious place of love. And that doesn't mean that I can't challenge myself and have deadlines. Of course I can. And I do, trust me, they're real. But, overall, my point is, life is going to throw a lot of challenges and stress at us. And we don't need to make it harder on ourselves. And when we get tired and we know that we earned that time to really sign off, check out, and just honor our, recovery, it's a really important thing to do, because it's not, especially if you really love what you're creating and what you're doing, it's not worth burning yourself out to try and just squeeze out a little bit more. It's sometimes hard to know. I think it takes time to really know what the fine lines are between being able to ask yourself to go a little bit further and when it's like, okay, no, I'm done and this is done. And I'm going to take a moment. I'm going to take a break. I'm going to pause. And when I come back, I'm going to be all in. I'm going to be, fully present and ready to get after it again. It's a fine line for sure. It takes time. And honestly, transparently, I will say sometimes I kind of dance on that line, like, could you keep going? But at this point, I'm well aware of, my drive and that, it's a beautiful thing to be very self-motivated and have, a very kind of, hardcore endurance is probably the best way for me to put it, that I have to keep going and getting after in my life, to go for all these things that I am going for and, do the work that, needs to happen to create them to be. But, I also, knowing that I am great at pushing myself, I also know that it's important for me to really, really, slow down sometimes and just be. That's it. Like, just being is such a powerful act of doing. Don't get it twisted. It is. That was to me, right? I said, don't get it twisted, Roxanne. Just being is doing. You know what? This one time, I might be rambling right now, but whatever. It's Friday. Hang out with me. So one day, journaling a long time ago, this kind of powerful thought came to me. And maybe I'll close the Solosode with this thought because it was so wicked. When it came, I was like, oh my God, this is really amazing. Can you be still and still feel like you're moving towards everything that you desire and envision for your life? I'm going to say it one more time. Can you be still and still feel like you are moving yourself towards everything that you desire and envision for your life? It was a question I asked myself, and it was so powerful because I know the answer is yes. In fact, sometimes that is the most important thing to do. Just be still. So, you guys, I can keep going, but I'm not going to. I'm going to enjoy my matcha right now. I'm going to check out and work on some stuff that I'm going to be launching on the podcast. I cannot wait for you. I can't wait to launch it next week. For you guys, it's going to be awesome. I have an epic conversation with a beautiful friend of mine that I will be dropping next Wednesday. So stay tuned for that. But in the meantime, I'm sending you guys so much love, whether it's, energy that you need to get after it and kick ass, or whether it's, nourishing, recovering, stillness energy that you need to just kind of ease any tension and pull you into your, most harmonious state. I'm sending that to you guys too. Have a beautiful day, night, whatever it is for you in this moment. And thanks so much for spending some of your time here with me. I honor it and treasure it with all my heart. All right, you guys, lots of love. Catch you on the next one. Thanks for taking the time to check out this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please share it with your friends. Head over to iTunes, subscribe to this podcast, rate it, leave me an honest review. Let's connect. I'm so excited to do that in this space and really create content that elevates your mind in support of your best performance in life. You can find me on Instagram at blackbeltbeauty. I'm active there every single day, and I look forward to connecting with you all. So thanks again, and I'll catch you on the next one.